look, the first thing I want to talk to you about is you guys as a community, what you represent. I know you feel, you kind of operate, you move in student mode, but you're only a student for a very short window of time. And if you're lucky, you get to be a student for a year. And basically after that, you guys need to give the student image up and move on with your life and start thinking about how you operate as a young professional or as a professional or as a industry participant or whatever have you, a researcher, theorist, historian, entertainment designer, whatever you want. But you've got to start thinking clear about what it is that you want out of this profession. Now, show of hands, how many of you know how long most people are graphic designers?
25 years.
Whoo! You're nice to these people.
No.
How long are people usually in the industry?
2 years?
2 years? Ooh, you're on the other end of things. Somewhere in between 2 and 25 is what we call a career. Okay, so let's shoot in that margin somewhere, all right? Fine. It's generally about 10 years. All right, give me some real life sort of things that happen that can really F up your career path.
Clients. Some clients might.
Clients are fickle, and clients are cheap as shit. I hate to tell you, right? And you have to learn how to talk to them. The clients they're just cheap. I can't tell you that. Okay, clients want what clients want. They want, James Victoria did this really cool thing. Clock can keep an eye. I'm used to facing clocks. I'm not having it behind me.
We can turn it on.
You guys would be in a lot of trouble with that clock behind me. That's my students, I'm gonna tell you. I don't think I've ever let them out of class on time. All right, here's the deal. James Victoria has this great picture of him holding a piece of paper, and it has 3 words on it in a triangle, right? And it's what you can have out of design, right? And for every client, right? He said, you can have it good, or you can have it cheap, or you can have it fast. Pick 2. Right? If you want it good and cheap, it damn well ain't gonna be fast. Right? And if you want it fast and cheap, it's not gonna be good. Do you follow me? Okay, it's never been true, right? And look, y'all, James Victoria has a real approach to the world. And he basically looks at us and says, like, there's but so much you can do. Good clients do make good design. Good designers make good design. If you get out and you half-ass it, I doubt that you'll be around very long. There's too many of us. And they just shop us. And they play us against one another. Right? Clients look at you, they'll go, well, she told me she'd do it cheaper. What are you gonna do? And then you're like, well, I could do your whole catalog, and plus I'll do the photography, and I'll copy edit it. What are you doing? Stop! That's why we have the AIGA. It's also there to help you navigate these types of things. It's to keep your integrity intact, right? To help you make the decisions. There should be somebody you can pick up the phone and say, I feel like I'm getting hosed. Am I doing this right? All right. First of all, I want you to take a second and look around. Like, really imprint the faces of these people. Don't get into, this isn't a yoga class where you're focusing on just you in front of you. Look at the other people around, right? See the diversity in the room. See the people that are part of your network, right? This is your local network. I bet you didn't know 20 of these people existed before coming in here tonight, right? You with me?
Yes.
Okay? Now, you all are here. Think about how strong you can be. Let's think about the talent pool that we have right here, right now. We probably, if we just split this room up, Janice took some of you, Mike took some of you, I took some of you, we would probably put half of just with what's in this room, we'd probably put half of the agencies in this area out of business. A lot of people come in and they don't have the competition. They don't, nobody's going after anybody. Everybody's complacent, everybody's comfortable. People are dialing whoever they're familiar with. New people come in, they carve out their little spot. Yeah? Volvo Mac, everybody familiar with the corporation?
Yes.
Gave us the biggest slap in the face anybody's seen probably in the last 20 years, 2 years ago. They came into Greensboro, moving from Ellsworth, some other small little town somewhere. They brought a whole design culture with them. And they brought them in from everywhere. And they came to Greensboro. I was in the meeting. And they said, hey, we're here. And we're going to design some of the greatest things Greensboro's ever seen. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, why didn't anybody talk to the designers that are here already? Where's the opportunity for my students? What are you guys talking about? Oh, we gladly come out and teach your students. That's not what I asked you for. I do appreciate the offer, but that's not what I asked you to do. I want you to give my guys an opportunity to be in your space, learn your philosophies, learn your approaches, learn what you do, think about it. Maybe give you a better mousetrap. I don't know. That builds you. They do not mold you out of clay, form you, and then bless you and send you out in the world. That's not what we do. Right? You bring us questions that we can answer. We address them or direct you. You find the answer. You give me a result. I help you judge your results. Then you go out in the world and you kick everybody's butt. You have it sorely twisted if you think that we are a well that you can just come dip your ladle into and drink and then walk away and being a premier designer. There's ownership in this, folks. You have to have some skin in the game. Right? Guys, I've been doing this for probably about 26 years. I'm really happy because I can tell my students now they're doing it longer than they've been alive. And I just realized that like last week. I was giving a lecture and I said, oh, I can say this now. This is great. Right? Because my professors used to say it and I was like, get out of here. Right? But the reason I say that is because it's really cool to realize that I've basically been living a dream for this long that I didn't think, it's a ride that I didn't think was going to last this long. Because everybody told me, like, you realize this is a short trip. So you burn bright, you live loud, that it takes constant, active, relentless engagement to maintain it. Just for the simple reasons that you said. Understand there's nobody, and this is, when we were having a meeting earlier, and when we were deciding to do this, one of the things I told them, I said, you gotta stop, you can't be a sponge. You can't just absorb everything around you and constantly suck things in. You guys have to push out. You have to brag a little bit. You have to show off. You have to be a little disruptive. Be a little loud, be a little obnoxious. Right? When something happens and you get a chance to put your funk on it, you might want to get busy with that. Right? As designers, you're going, wait, but they don't know anything about typography and design. Yeah, but they make really hot stuff. Right? You're like, what do I do? Am I chopped liver? I make hot stuff too. But you've been busy kerning and letting and counting and got the little, right? You've been logging hours and clock and you've been, right? Your head's been down and the world's been moving and you weren't paying attention because you're still making poster designs like they did in the 60s. Because you thought that was hot. Design is out there. Design is in the conversations you have. Design is in what you feel, the relationships that you have, the handshakes that you have, right? The strangers you meet, the stuff you see on the street. I had students tell me one time, it's like, you are the only dude I know that walks down the road, you see a bubblegum wrapper, you're the one excited, picking it up, figuring out what you can do with it. Yes. Roy, can you help me? It's gonna cost you. And there's a $40 rush fee a 40% rush fee on this. You understand? Why? Because you let that other guy in, you let that other guy take a stab at it, he screwed it up, now your deadline hasn't moved. Does everybody understand? The deadline stays the same. Then they come to you at this other person, now you have a third of the time that you had before, because this person took up half the time, and then they took up another quarter of the time left deciding to call you. And then they hand it to you, and they're going, yes, you only have a week to get this 100-page catalog done. You're going, what? Well, most of it's been done already, but you just told me it was done wrong. So what do you want me to do? Fix it? The way you make people change their behavior is you cause them a little pain. I'm not kidding. So when I hand them that contract they have to sign before I start working for them, and they see that I've checked on there and I've written in the comment line that there's a 40% rush charge on this project, and they see what it could have cost them and they see what it's going to cost them in the end, oh yeah, we don't have to call you next time. No, you don't. If you follow what the AIGA has set out for you, you can then have a recourse. They'll tell you exactly what to do. They may even have people that can help represent you. I ask that you network. I ask that you share information, write in each other's sketchbooks, get each other's email. Look, High Point, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, like really, look, y'all. It ain't that far. It's not that hard to get from one place to the other. It's just really not. It's not that hard to go from one. Cell phones work. You can call people, text people, Skype people. Y'all, you can really reach out and talk to each other. And you can, if you have a project, you have to know a project's over your head. Guess what? You should have 5 or 6 people just out of this room that you can call. Here's the deal. List makers are those people that turn around and they think through things, and they worry the crap out of everybody around them. Thank you. He joined the team. All right? It is great. We need them. You need them. Because say you're not. Say you're on that other side of things where you're more like, yeah, it's okay. Right? The list maker's going, damn it, that's so it's not okay. Look, we need this. They haven't sent us our copy yet. Well, why don't you call them? Check. It says right here that I was supposed to call you and you did not send, right? And you over there going, thanks for doing that. Right? You guys can make monstrous teams. You can do great work. There's public venues all upstairs in the Green Hill, in CDA, down elsewhere, right? Print does the student cover design competition every year. They do the student annual. They do a regional annual, don't they, for students? Graphic Design USA, GD USA does a whole big stinking tome for you guys, right? And you have the kids from Chicago, Minneapolis, Houston, San Francisco, LA, Miami, Atlanta. You have all those dudes showing up. it up, didn't I? Sorry. All right, the buzzer already hit.
Okay.
Done. A lot. Graphic design is pretty young, right? Compared to painting. Right? We're the babies.
Hey, we don't know that those cave paintings weren't ads for something.
I don't know that, but they didn't have any type with them, so I'm not convinced. Just imitating and mimicking some stuff you saw. See, I caught it that time. Some stuff you saw that looked like design and what it has in store for you. And then you meet somebody and they're like, yeah. And they're like trying to remember it like a bad relationship. I got a spice to do design. And then, you understand what winning feels like? You know what winning looks like? Yes? No? Maybe? You never won anything before? Nothing. I'm just asking. They had to look at me like, if you haven't won, I'm sorry.